Hello everyone and welcome back to Mindy's Best. I'm so excited that you're here with me today. And you guys, we've talked about beauty things, we've cooked a little bit, I've hung out with my kids, but let's talk about the biggest problem that every one of us faces as an adult, and that has got to be laundry. Is laundry like the worst thing that you deal with? You know what? Sometimes laundry is totally therapeutic for me and I love it, and other times I swear it is my biggest enemy. It piles up bigger than me and I swear it attacks me sometimes. So how exactly do we stay on top of laundry? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. If you guys know the answer to that question, let me know, because no matter what, your laundry is never completely done unless you are standing there naked. And let's be honest, that'd be a little awkward. So considering I'm wearing clothes right now, I still have laundry to do. And that's not including the piles and piles and piles of laundry that children and even myself make. So you guys, I wanted to bring you along inside my laundry room, which might not be that fantastic. I happen to love my laundry room because it provides everything that I need, and I wanted to show you guys a few things here in my space that I absolutely love. All right, you guys, welcome to my laundry room. This might not seem like something very exciting, but you know, besides the obvious washer and dryer, I have a top loader washer and dryer made by LG. I really like them. My mom has the same set. We've had zero problems. I actually found this little guy on closeout at Home Depot. They were getting rid of her like super cheap because it was the older model. And my dryer went through this problem a long time ago. My old set went through this problem a long time ago where you'd have to do like 2 cycles to get it fully dry. So when I found out I could buy a new washer for so cheap, I was like, let's just replace the whole set. So I got the updated dryer with the older washer. It ended up being a crazy good deal and totally worth it for me to do. So I upgraded a couple of years ago and I'm really happy with it. So my mom has had the front loaders. I've never had a front loader to know the difference between front and top, but I've always liked my top loader. I especially like this one because it has glass and you can see in it, and it is very mesmerizing. So with my washer, I keep everything on the same setting. I usually do normal unless there are times where, let's just say you started a load of laundry and forgot about it. You've all done that, right? And then you have to wash it again and again. Okay, fine. Maybe I've only done that. But that's when I'll use speed wash. So if I've already washed it and I need to rewash it because I didn't put it in the dryer, then I'll do a speed wash. But very rarely will I do a speed wash because, well, my kids are messy kids. They're normal children. I usually will do things on a warm setting, normal soil, unless we have a really big issue, then I'll change it to heavy, but that does dramatically increase my time. So I always keep the high spin speed, and other than that, I keep everything the same. I wash everything on warm. I never wash anything on hot unless like a kid's had the flu and we need some major sanitation going on. So anyways, love my washer and dryer, love how they work. So if you're ever wondering, front loader, top loader, I have heard there have been a few problems with the front loaders being a little smelly. I don't know. But anyways, let me show you guys, besides my actual washer and dryer, what my second favorite thing is in this entire room. So when I moved in, this big, huge piece of furniture was turned the opposite direction. It took up so much space in my laundry room and I loved it, but let's be honest, we need all the space we can get. So when it came to keeping this guy, in order for me to keep him, I wanted to paint him, make him look nice, turned it a different direction, and it totally opened up the space. This was just here when I moved in. It's really great. It holds 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 laundry baskets. Has room for some tall ones down there. But what I do here, you guys, is, believe it or not, this entire laundry basket is full of socks that have no mates. Isn't that so sad? All of these socks in here, literally, you guys, overflowing socks that don't have any partners, any mates with them. So when I'm bored, which that will be in about 18 years, I'll go through that. But then each kid has their own laundry basket spot. So they fill the laundry basket, and when it's full, I'll do a load. I used to do like all the kids together, and it was so much sorting and folding and figuring out whose was whose that I just decided it is best, it is vital to do them individually. So you guys, I learned something, and I started doing this probably a year ago. So I'd been at motherhood and adulthood and doing tons of people's laundry for about 10 years before I figured that out. So here is a tip. Hopefully you'll learn that much sooner than me. This is my biggest spot. I go through so many towels that need to be washed. So Towels always belong down here on the bottom. And then we have Miss Hazy because she is the youngest. It's easiest for her to reach. So that's where all of her laundry goes. And then we have Brexton. You can tell his laundry's caught up. Kruby, Ryler, and these are mom and dad. So dark clothes and white clothes. So darks and lights, they both go in there. And that just makes it really easy for me to be able to sort things and get them washed and not have all the colors go crazy. So if the kids have a white t-shirt, I'll throw it in my white bin. But other than that, all of their clothes are washed together. Even the reds. When I was growing up, my mom was such, oh man, she was so good at doing laundry, but she was so finicky about it. And it's something I admired about her and took into my adult life. She did the darks, she did the lights, and she did the reds and the towels. Those were all separate. Towels are never washed with regular clothes at our house. So I learned so much from my mom, but that's one of the biggest things I remember is she was so finicky about her wash, and I loved it. This laundry organizer sorter is like my saving grace in this laundry room. Okay, so when it comes to having a laundry room, maybe your laundry room's not very big. Maybe it's much bigger than mine, and for those of you, I'm jealous of your laundry room. But if it's much smaller, you guys have got to learn how to utilize the space. So that means hanging things on walls. I have a vacuum on every level of my house because I hate lugging vacuums all around. So I have hung one on the wall right here. That's one way I've utilized space and kept things off the floor. Another way is if you iron, I don't. But if you choose to, and you absolutely have to, my ironing board behind the door. And let's also say maybe you have a really small room and just don't have space for everything you need. They make great shoe organizers that can hang on the back of a door, and you could put different cleaners in there. You could put different items that you need for your laundry room, whether it be spray and wash or a stain remover or whatever it is that you're gonna need. There are plenty of ways to utilize space in a room so that you can make it feel bigger. Now, let's be honest, some of you are probably looking at this going, why in the world do you have a huge hanging bar right here? So some of my laundry, I don't dry all the way. I will hang it because I don't want it to shrink. So that's what I use this bar for, and I've loved it. It's, again, how my mom did laundry. She hung all of our pants, all of our shirts. Basically, the only thing that went into the dryer were like pajamas, underwear, socks, like comfy clothes that you don't care if they shrink at all. But mostly everything Brandon and I wear as far as actual clothes go, they are hung. Now, speaking of being hung, I have all of my clothes in here that are mine and Brandon's that need to be hung. I have my nice workout pants, I have sports bras, I have jeans, t-shirts, all the things that I would like to be hung. So I always put them in, and then I turn it on, and this one I do a speed dry for about 6 minutes, and then I'll hang it. While my dryer goes for about 6 minutes, that's usually when I start another load of laundry. So I've started another load of towels, and I'm just gonna show you guys. It's super simple. Take care of your clothing and it will last a lot longer. So that's usually why I hang so much of my laundry, is because I feel like the quality, I want it to my clothes to last. So I figure if I hang it and it's less time in that hot heat of a dryer, it will last longer. Especially your jeans. Sometimes the elastic in your jeans can be worn out from the heat, so it's best to hang your jeans. Okay, so once all of our clothes are hung, I usually leave them there overnight, and it's so great because then I just put them away the next morning. Okay, well, that might not necessarily be true. That might be like the next day or the next day, and then I'll put them in a basket and then I'll put them away. I'm not always great at putting it away, you guys, but I love washing it. And usually the way I'll get all of my folding done is I love to watch shows at night. So, okay, there's a few things I want to tell you guys though before we, how exciting can a laundry video be, right? So, inside the cupboards of a laundry room are very important because it's going to house and hold all of the things that you need. So, I usually buy my laundry detergent at Costco. That's usually the best place to buy it, best bang for your buck. Although lifting that and holding that is super heavy, so I usually keep a smaller one down here that I refill with this laundry detergent. So yes, it's a different container. It's not the same thing. I just refill it. And you guys, these little guys are my favorite. They make your laundry smell so yummy. And you know, it just depends on if you get them at Costco or Sam's or wherever you find them from, but I love both of these. They smell super, super good in your laundry. Okay, do you struggle with your kids spilling, or do you spill yourself on your clothes? So one time I had touched my clothes after dealing with something really greasy, and it left a mark, and I washed it, couldn't get it out, and I was so frustrated because it was a really nice shirt, and now it's ruined because it has oil on it. I have a solution for you. So again, I like to repurpose containers. This is not Meyer's Lemon. This is Blue Dawn. I put Blue Dawn in here just because it was an extra container I had to bring up into my laundry room. So you're gonna need Blue Dawn, and I put a little bit of baking soda in this container. So what you're gonna do, I have this on my Insta stories at Mindys Best. What you're gonna do is lay your shirt or whatever it is flat, pour some Blue Dawn on it, kind of rub it around with your finger, sprinkle some baking soda on it, scrub it in, and let it sit. You guys are gonna wash it, and the stain will literally be gone. It will blow your mind. It is so crazy how it works, but I've done it so many times and it works so well. Another one, have you ever gotten blood on your clothes and you can't get it out? Here's a solution. My favorite is hydrogen peroxide. And I was able to find the spray bottle version of hydrogen peroxide at Walmart. So now I just spray it on my clothes just like a normal stain remover, and it works every time with blood. And you'll see that it will kind of pus up and get all disgusting, and then it comes out. So it's really awesome. Last and final stain remover I use on pretty much anything that is needed is shout, scream, and shout. Okay, all right, I won't dance for you. But I do buy this huge container from Costco and refill this container as well because it just does such a good job that you're gonna want. I use a lot of it, so. You guys are probably noticing why I have an iron. Why would I have an iron if I don't actually iron? Well, you just never know. Sometimes there are those situations that you need an iron, but let me tell you what's better than an iron. A steamer. Have you ever used a steamer? You guys, life-changing. You'll probably never use an iron again, but I have it just in case. But this steamer is wonderful. I bought it for about 30 bucks, maybe $35 on Amazon. Works like a charm. I use it on bedding. Yes, you heard me right. I use it on bedding, shirts, skirts, anything you could possibly need, drapes, everything. It works so good. It was so cheap, and it literally, I would choose this over my iron any day. Alrighty, now for the second set of mystery cabinets in Mindy's laundry room. Oh, you guys, thanks for sticking with me this long. So my mom has got to be the sample queen because she has given me all of these samples that she has found of laundry detergent. And so I just keep them in here whenever you travel. You just never know what you're gonna need. So I'll take a couple of these when I travel. There's just like one in there. I take a couple of them in there with me. You just never know whenever you're gonna need to do a batch of laundry while you're traveling. So I've kept these in here. She even has given me a couple of these really cute ones. There's only been a couple of trips that I've actually done a lot of laundry on, but I always take them just in case, because even if you don't have to go to the laundromat in your hotel room, there's a chance that you can just do a little load of laundry, like, I don't know, in your tub or in your sink and hang it to dry. So it never hurts to have it rather than being put in a position where you're like, I need laundry detergent and I don't have any. So that's a tip for the day. One thing you should always keep in your laundry room is definitely a step stool, because I was not blessed with height, so I have to use this to reach the top shelf. So I have a few more bins up here that just have like odds and ends. This one has attachments for my vacuum and for my steamer. I've never used them. The other one has some dryer balls. Oh look, another random attachment for my vacuum, and then a funnel, because funnels come in handy whenever you're constantly moving things like big containers to small containers. So that little teeny tiny funnel always comes in handy. Kleenexes, that's always something you should have. I have a couple bathrooms up here, so I always keep that up here. And then I do have some carpet cleaner in here, There's been times we've rented carpet cleaners and I've needed them, so you know what? Just keep the rest of it. Don't ever throw it out because you never know if you're gonna need it again. And my favorite part, this is where I make all my money. It's right in here. This little teeny tiny cup. This is where all the change goes that I make. My hard-earned money from doing laundry. You guys, it's actually a lot. It's taken me about 4 years to make that much. And there's approximately, like, I don't know, $1 and $1.25. I feel like I'm doing pretty good. So that's what's inside my cupboards and everything that I feel like I need to successfully do my laundry and have everything I need right here. You probably have seen tons of these pant hangers. Every time I buy a pair of pants, I just keep them. So I always buy the cheap Walmart hangers. They work awesome. Some of you might like the velvet hangers that you can hang with. I think they're a little too sticky. So they're awesome if you want to hang coats and stuff that are going to be hung for a long time. But if it's like everyday clothes, go for a normal plastic hanger. They're cheap, they're inexpensive, they work really well. And you guys, here's the thing about laundry. It will always be there for you. Isn't that the truth though? That is one thing that you will never, ever, ever miss out on is laundry, because it will always be there for you. It's like a best friend. It's just constant. It's there for you. It's solid. It's reliable. So you guys, any laundry tips that you have, drop them down in the comments below for the rest of us, because there's always something that we could learn. There's always something that we could learn from each other. And I'm so, so grateful that you guys are all here with me in, of all places, my laundry room, hanging out with me, supporting me, showing you all of my wonderful bins of laundry. But I seriously, seriously appreciate you guys so much. You have been so fantastic to hang out with every single week. It's been such a highlight of mine. So I really appreciate each and every one of you, the positive comments that you've dropped down below. And you guys, make sure to keep continuing to tune in. I have a couple of videos that I'm going to be shooting for you that are going to be absolutely amazing. Crew will be baking with me in the kitchen next, and then we might be taking care of these bushy eyebrows. So make sure you do come back. One thing I always say here on Mindy's Best is remember to do your best, because your best is enough. Really, you cannot give more than you have. So if today is not a laundry day because you just can't manage, that's okay. Leave it for the next day. Remember, laundry is reliable. It will be there for you. You guys, I love you so much, and thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next week.